Anybody is going to start a business as an entrepreneur. Whatever the higher studies they do in business degrees, it was a good foundation to start with. To be honest, there are personal examples. I can quote their names and say. In all my classes, I used to say, S to A is a quantum leap. Fun-oriented culture in the class. If you want to win in business studies, so results would be guaranteed.
Alright, so today is a very special day because we have our Rashad sir with us today, and he's a well experienced teacher. So actually I would like to congratulate on your 10th anniversary in your teaching. So you have been teaching for like more than a decade now. So let's start with your history. Let's go back a little bit of memory lane. So tell our audience a little bit of your childhood and how you got into teaching.
First of all, let me thank you for congratulating me on my 10th year in teaching BS, Business Studies. Actually, I never thought to become a teacher. It was actually an incident where one of my good teachers asked me to join his school as a part-time lecturer. Finally ended up teaching for BS for last 10 years. So to be honest, I was dreaming to become a finance professional. Even my education background is that. I'm into SIMA. I have fully completed CIMA. I am a member of ACMA, CGMA. Even my degree is into business. But anyway, I never thought into teaching. But finally ended up with 10 years of teaching. Childhood, actually, I was a very good academic student. But at the same time, but teaching I have never dreamt. But finally, I'm enjoying it as a passion as of today.
What is the moment that you realize this is the subject for me? This is what I'm very good at.
All right. One of the key reason is since my school days.
Yeah, let's go back to your school days.
Yeah, since my school days, I'm quite good in analyzing business stuff. I'm like more into the practical business side, where what the market practices really in the market, and also I love business writing. So I read a lot of good business books, management writings. So that became as a passion. And even my degree and my professional qualifications are into business studies side. So taking that into consideration, and there was a big vacuum in the market. The real business studies students didn't get it. That was another key reason I was focusing onto it. And a lot of students had a very bad understanding. BSc is memorizing theories. So to be honest, I broke that culture and said, come on, you should never memorize any theories. Rather, you need to conceptualize the theories. You need to understand the practicals behind the theories. Whereas I used to give a lot of good examples from the real corporate world, like it can be Unilever, it can be Apple, it can be Adidas, it can be Starbucks. So we used to analyze these real world corporate examples in our class. Another very famous problem students face is they are struggling in structuring your BS answers. So that is why 10 years back I came up with one of my slogan, master the art of business writing with Rashad. So that was one of the key reasons where I wanted to create a culture of business writing, where students, they memorize a lot of theories, but when it comes to question, they struggle. So we created a culture where not just theory, you need to repair your answers, you need to streamline your answers, you need to structure your answer well, where alhamdulillah, a lot of students got very good results in BS until today.
Okay, that's a very good answer. And one thing I noticed is actually you, as a real business studies person, you actually, before entering into even the teachings, you analyze the market, right? You were able to grab that vacuum. There's a present vacuum in the market, and then you address that problem. So that's as a very true teacher. I mean, he has done, showing that he using his theories into the practice. That's a very good insight. So now you talked a little bit of your qualification. So can you tell our audience how you gathered these qualifications and what's your journey through achieving those qualifications?
Good. Soon after A-levels, so jumped into SIMA. Those days during our generation, so all of us do SIMA. Very few complete it.
And you are also in that very few, right?
Exactly. But yes, as many people say, it's a very tough finance qualification. But with a lot of hard work, a lot of dream, and a lot of our parents used to say, come on, if you can complete SIMA, it's a big achievement those days. So I just wanted to complete it first. So completed it. So while traveling through the journey of SIMA, college offered us a top-up degree. So if you have completed SIMA, the third stage, so you can come directly to the final year. So that is how I got my BBA in international business. So parallel to that, I was working as an auditor in certain audit firms, then became as an audit manager, then business consultant. Currently, I do work as a FM, finance manager, plus business coach and consulting. So what my plus I would say to students is, I always used to share my own corporate world experience, where I have gathered from my auditing, consulting, and currently working plus coaching. So we just don't teach theories, to be honest. We travel around with businesses. So we see how they do marketing, how they do production, how they convert resources into real products. So how they manage HR, human resource. So how they practice CSR. So these are practicals. Even the paper today in business studies, if you take, so what we did business studies long time back is not the same paper what today's students are facing. What today's students are facing is purely practicals. So if we give them some examples from the corporate world, they will quickly grab the theory, plus they'll be able to answer the questions very easily. So to be honest, so as you asked, my qualification, not only that, plus our work experience, how we mingle with businessmen, how we involve with them, and we come and talk that in the class with the theory. So students really enjoy that. So that is one of the plus I would say in our class.
Yeah, and one thing to add is like business is not just something that very solid. It changes rapidly, right?
It changes very soon. Rapid changes are there. So compared to, even we can say last 10 years, there's a massive change. Not a small change. I could call it, it's a massive revolution in business world. So the thing is, even that change is being applicable in BS paper. So that's the interesting part. So not just the market is changing, even the paper is changing.
Yeah, even the subject theories changes, right?
Exactly. Even the questions have changed. There are a lot of case studies nowadays. So those case studies need to be focused, and students need to apply the theory with the practicals.
So like someone who's like doing only the theory cannot actually cater the students or the paper correctly, right? Someone, the teacher should really have a good knowledge on the current markets and the field, like he should have hands-on experience.
Exactly, because I always used to tell students, even if you memorize 100% of the theory, still you can't take an A.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you might go with your theories and what you have memorized. You will go and vomit out like a parrot, but it's not going to work here.
Yeah, and the problem is actually students cannot go to the industry. The student has to get the insights from someone who is from the industry, and in your class you both give the theories and also the practical.
Exactly. That is one of the key reason why our class is a zebra out of many horses in the market.
I see. And one more thing, like now let's go back to the subject. Like, so why someone should choose business studies, and what the subject offers? What are the opportunities that the subject offers?
All right, good. When it comes to commerce stream, 90% of the students take BS, business studies, because not just for the exam purpose. So anybody is going to start a business as an entrepreneur, or if not, at least they'll work in a company as an employee. So when they learn the BS, what happens is, when they start their own business, they can apply those theories here. Not just the theories as we discussed, even the practicals. So rather than just jumping into the market without having any knowledge, if they come into the market with some knowledge, it's going to be a big plus. Even if they start working in a company, they'll be having some extra value addition from that subject. More than that, BSc is a very good subject in commerce stream, because even students would get a very good Z score, plus for their commerce stream, plus university. Now, if they go to university, what happens is, any college, it can be the state university or the private university, whatever the universities they go for, whatever we learn in business studies, the advanced part of that they learn in their universities. Any business degree will teach all these subjects. So when they go to the university, already they have got a lot of good knowledge from A-level background. So that is one reason why students should choose business studies, because it's going to help in their higher studies. Whatever the higher studies they do in business degrees, or even the professional courses like Chartered, SIMA, AAT, ACCA, CMA, whatever it is, or even the management degrees. On top of that, as I said, if they go and start as a business as an entrepreneur, or even if they work in a popular company, or even it can be a small company, there'll be a value addition definitely.
Yeah, so basically, whether you want to be have a professional career ladder with a very public company, or you can go for your own company being entrepreneur, and
Exactly.
also in this case this will help, and also you can be an accountant or follow a SIMA path. So on any avenue that the student choose, this business studies will benefit them, right?
Very much. It will benefit them in all these cases. Because a lot of, during my these 10 years experience, a lot of students have openly spoken about this. So what we learnt in A levels was very helpful in higher studies. It was a good foundation to start with. Even a lot of students running their own family businesses, fathers' businesses. To be honest, there are personal examples. I can quote their names and say they have started their father, they have gone and supported their father's business. Where what we learnt in our classes, they have gone and applied it. So that's a big message for us.
Yeah, and I think it's because like they are being learned by someone who's from the industry, who
Exactly.
has knowledge in the business world.
Not just theories
Yes.
we give, rather, so it's a big plus for them.
So shall I ask you one more interesting question? Is what is the most memorable student or a moment you have had in this whole 10 years? Can you go? I know there should be lot of these instances, but can you remember one special moment? I know it won't be like there have been many one, like just get a one from the best.
All right, as you said, 10 years long, so there are many memories. So, one memory I can still remember. One student joined my class. I didn't even expect that student to take S, but through our rigorous training on how to write business studies answers, that student ended up in A. So, still, I can't believe how that student was able to do it. So, what I'm telling is, this is one of the memory. There are a lot of good
Yeah,
memories
you have
actually,
10
as you
years
said,
experience
10
and you
years,
failed.
lot of good memories. So likewise, any student, I always used to say, there is no one who can say no for like business studies is difficult. No, it's an average subject. Where if an average student can focus properly and do this, they can easily go for results. So as you asked, that memory is still in my heart. In all my classes, I used to say, S to A is a quantum leap. It's not a tiny step.
Yeah.
So if one can go for it, even others can if you really focus.
Yes.
So even in our theory class or paper class, one thing I focus on is questions. Not just questions with theory, how to, there are a lot of students, they'll be masters in theories, but they are very bad in writing answers, especially BS answers, structuring the business perspective answers, the business jargons. So one thing we keep on repairing is the answers. So once we streamline the answers, they are confident in writing answers where they end up in, come on, A and A plus and district rank and minimum.
Yes, yes. And like, so I would like to ask, like, now I think students understand why they should choose business, and then I think we have lot of evidence that why they should that they should select you as a teacher, because you have the insights from the industry. How you teach them to write answers. So again, like, to sum up this, why someone should teach you upon on these. We have actually seen these 10 years of experience, and we have lot of evidence, but I would like to add a little bit more on
Exactly.
on this.
It's a good question because rather than I'm just bragging about myself, so what students have talked about our class.
Yes.
One is
And we can show that the achievements that has been made in your class.
exactly. I mean, like one is we cover 100% of the syllabus without anything being missed. Number one. Number two, we don't know, it's very famous BS classes are boring. Why? It's pure theory, no numbers. So one thing I make sure we follow a funny culture. Funny in the sense, not something like, the tuition culture, it's not that, but within the subject, it will be very interesting. So the examples, the real world examples, real business examples, how the corporates run, how the businesses do, plus on top of that, so why students should choose us, why students should come to our BS class, it's a very good question. In that case, I will add spice to this, mainly our answer writing. So that is the difference they will feel once they join us. So it's like this, though you learn the subject, the final output is an exam. So they need to end up with an exam. To end up with an exam, what they need is the answers. They are not going to recite a poem about the theory. They are not going to give a lecture about the theory. They are going to write answers. So as you asked, so number one, 100% theory will be covered. Plus it's going to be on an interest, fun-oriented culture in the class. And plus our own writing. Plus lot of practical business examples. So if they get all these, so inshallah going for an A is nothing for them.
Yeah, and of course, like if you even know all the theories, if you can't answer the questions, probably there's no value on knowing the theories. So with your class, you can guarantee that the student will learn how to. First they will learn the theories, and then they will know how to answer the question.
Exactly, how to structure the answer what they wanted.
Yes. So I think now our audience has an understanding why they should do business studies and why they should choose you. So can you tell me, like, what are the times and the venues that you're having class so they can join with you?
Exactly. Our classes are there in Akurana. We are advanced level 2026. Theory classes are on Thursdays, 3:30, 5:30. Same 26 badge paper class, it falls on Fridays, 2:30, 5:30. 27 theory class, Wednesdays, 3:30, 5:30. So in case of the new badge 2028, the temporary timetable would be Tuesday morning 10:30, 12:30. Permanent timetable would be Thursdays 3:30, 5:30. That is our timings. Even our classes are on, we do also classes. I do also classes here in Matale. Plus even the online platform is available for students.
Yeah, and I think that information will be also available in our description.
Exactly.
So we had a very, very insightful discussion here, and we got to know a lot of insights to the subject and your journey. To conclude this, would you like to give us a final message to a student who's planning to do business studies? That it's a long journey, right? A levels is a long journey. So
Exactly.
what is your message for someone who's planning to do this as for their A level?
All right, good. It can be any student if they choose this subject. As I said previously, they are going to benefit in their higher studies, plus in their own business journey, even if they start working. So more than all these, they are going to get a very good overall results in commerce stream. So if they have chosen what they need to focus, number one, continuous attendance. A lot of students think if we have the notes, if we have the recordings, we can just do it. No, 100% notes won't help you. Therefore, you need to be in the class in order to grab those examples from the lecturer. Number one. Number two, when they are in the class, 100% concentration. So number three, I always used to say, come on, read a lot of business stuff, what is happening in the market now. Don't just depend on the lecturer or the theory notes. Learn what's happening in the real world. So I always used to say, for biology students, science students, they have a science lab. So BA students, the lab is the market. Lab is the market. They need to focus on it. So they need to learn what's happening in the market. The next one, as I said, they need to polish their answer writing. I always used to say, if you want to win in business studies, streamline your answer writing. So these are the factors. If they focus, so results would be guaranteed.
Yeah, and again, I would like to recite, the lab is your market for the business studies students. So with that, we had a very, very good, insightful discussion with Rashad, and I would like to thank him for having this discussion with us, and thank you, sir. And I actually, again, congratulate on your decade-long teaching journey. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.